Here we go. So we saw this. This was on the Twitter page. This was the beginning of the stream. So we saw a little snippet of that then.
Hello, good people of the fog. Welcome once again to Dead by Daylight's anniversary. 7 years later. So having been here from the start, it's kind of special, and I'm extremely proud to be here once more to celebrate this momentous occasion with all of you. We have quite a lot of really thrilling things to, show you for the next year and beyond. We're going to talk about quite a lot of them today. To tell you all about it, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Eric here.
Hopefully new surprises too.
I also have quite a big surprise that I'm not gonna spill just yet, but stick around, and we have something that you don't expect.
I think we already know it.
Always such a tease. Thank you, Matt, for the intro. Hey, my name is Eric Pope. I'm the community director here at Behavior. I've been here a little over a year now, and in that time, I've been really blown away by the passion of the DBD player community. It's really something special.
They're awesome.
They are, and we take it really seriously. We don't take it for granted. And kind of along those lines, for me being here representing how we speak to our community, I just wanted you to know that we've actually taken the past year to expand our reach. We also have expanded where we are connecting with our players, because the players at the center of everything that we're doing. We want to be in more places to hear your feedback on all of the things that we're doing.
Are they going to announce the
spin-offs? We're now in the
spin-offs?
Xbox official clubs. We're now on PlayStation News. We're talking on Steam forums. We're even getting more involved back on the Reddit with the moderators there. There'll be more AMAs coming up from the team, and even live streams like you're seeing right now. We want to make more regular again. So look forward to all of that coming over the next year. Now, I think I couldn't forget the most important platform of them all. No joking aside. All joking aside, actually today we are launching our TikTok channel as well. We found that there's actually a really thriving DBD community on TikTok, and we want to be there talking to you, creating fun content with you. So we're really happy to be there now. But I think we should move on with the show itself. Did you know, Matt, that over the 7 years, there's been over 1.8 billion trials?
What?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Billion with a B. And to that note, DBD is not slowing down at all.
We wouldn't know how.
No, we wouldn't, and we couldn't. So let's talk through what you're going to see today. We're going to kick things off with the Year 8 roadmap. That's going to show you
so we do know
everything that's
this
coming,
already.
Across the year to DBD. Following that, we're going to take you through the reveal of our next chapter, which is some incredible original stuff you're not going to want to miss.
Okay.
After that, we've got gameplay updates. After that, we've got quality of life updates. And then a new segment has come to the show. This is actually something that's really cool. We're going to take you beyond the core game of DBD to show you how we're expanding other places and in other ways that you might not be expecting.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Speaking of exciting, we have new cosmetics to reveal as well that I think are going to surprise people. I'm so psyched about those. And we're going to round it out with news about the in-game 7th anniversary event, which is better than ever, actually. It's going to be a really exciting one this year. And of course, as Matt mentioned, you do want to stick around for whatever he's hiding, because I actually know what it is, and it's incredible.
Can't tell them.
No, I can't tell you.
We already know what it is. We already know.
Thank you so much for joining us. Sit back, relax. We've got a great show, and now I think we should get on to it.
Enjoy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the roadmap segment of the 7th year anniversary stream for Dead by Daylight. I'm Stéphane Beauchamp, head of production.
And I'm Justin Brown, product director. We're really glad to be here celebrating another amazing year of Dead by Daylight with you.
Today in this segment, we'll have a look at our upcoming pillars for year 8, as well as our chapters plans and the archives and tomes updates that we have planned for the year. Before going any further, I do want to take a brief moment to give a big shout out to the amazing team that's been working on the game for the past years. They put amazing effort and dedication into that and really allow us to get the game to the state it is today. It's just absolutely amazing and a pleasure to work with the entire team.
Agreed.
Okay,
Over
let's
the
get
past
to
year,
the
we've put
roadmap
out
we
two
already know about.
particularly interesting chapters, I feel, amongst others. But first, Forge and Fog has allowed us to tap into a new theme which we've never really had a chance to before. Medieval, which is something we hadn't explored.
I do like that chapter aesthetically. It's really good.
It was very interesting to navigate. And the second one, for the first time, we have released a first ever sequel to a licensed chapter in Resident Evil Project W. Such a great and cool addition to the game, I think, bringing in a lot of characters people love, and they have been really fun to play with ourselves.
Absolutely. Wesker was so well done, one of my favorite killers to play, personally. And it was right around the time that he released that we also did the Prestige update, making it easier than ever for you to sort of unlock all of your perks throughout all of your characters. We also,
I do like that
after
change.
the Prestige update, reduced the blood point total or cost in the blood web for all items. We followed that up with bots, survivor bots specifically, in custom matches, which was super useful. Practice your killer in a custom match. It's awesome. We did two important quality of life updates to the archives, one being the ability to select quest per role, and then the second, just that in-game toast notification so you can track progress in a match, which is ever so helpful. And then last but not least, last year we said we were going to make our events bigger and better, and we feel like we really delivered that with last year's Halloween.
I like that event. That was a good one.
Event we've done in Dead by Daylight to date.
Absolutely.
That was a really good one,
Switching
honestly.
gears, we're going to give you guys a first peek at the upcoming content you can expect us to release throughout this next year.
Okay, let's
First
get
and
to
foremost, of course, there are going to be, again, 4 new chapters that include killers. But in a strange twist, what you will notice on the graphic today is that there are also 2 survivor-only chapters being released in this next year.
Okay, we know who one of them is.
Changing the pace a little bit, but it's not straying too far away from what we've been used to over the past. As is tradition, we will be actually taking a peek at the next upcoming chapter, an original one in a segment that follows very shortly after this one. Again, we're exploring another theme we really haven't had the chance to in the past, so that's pretty exciting, both in terms of the characters and the team we're exploring with it. The next 2 killers that will follow after that are going to be licensed and...
Oh, really?
I would say licensed with a big L, if I can. Really iconic additions to the game. Extremely excited to be able to talk a little bit more about that. Unfortunately, a little too early today to be able to do that. We've started to play with them a little bit internally and seeing how the characters are going to shape up, and it's pretty exciting to actually have those additions to the game.
Yes.
So more to come later this year. In addition to that, moving away from the chapters, we will also have 4 new tomes added to the game throughout the year, as we usually have over the past years. So, moving away from our chapters and archives, we'll now deep dive into the 4 pillars that compose the roadmap for the year, and as players will see, they're a continuity from what we've been doing over the last years.
So,
of course, and the pillars might
one of
look
the
the same,
chapters will be
projects we work
totally
on
licensed.
under each pillar changes from year to year. The first pillar is something we've already talked about, events evolution, we're calling this pillar. We do plan on taking our 4 sort of pillar events and making them even bigger, even better than they have been in the past, including last year's Halloween, which we plan on sort of one-upping again this year. But in addition to those 4 pillar events, we're also going to look at adding a few more smaller events spread throughout the year.
And for those of you who have been with us for a long time, you might already know what the smell of barbecue is in the game. I know you love barbecue.
Love barbecue.
We all do. For those of you who don't, well, you'll get to see it very shortly. But really the goal is to give you more to play with at all times in the game and something to work towards too. Second pillar is trust and security, which is more important to us than ever in Dead
here's
by
the
Daylight.
snooze fest.
This pillar both reflects the systems that we're putting in place to make the game more secure, but also the way
I'm
we're
gonna go look at
communicating with our players.
the
The
roadmap
first one,
again.
the former of those, we're really excited to say that we're about to launch a vulnerabilities disclosure program, which will allow us to work with people in the wild to report potential threats about the game, about our servers, etc., and really facilitate us closing those potential weaknesses that we knew or did not know about within the game. So very, very excited to launch this. This is going to be coming up in the near future, so you can stay tuned for more info about that.
Yes, I'm super excited for when we're able to share a little bit more information with everybody about that initiative. Next up, We're also going to be looking at revamping our sort of streaming strategy.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we're able to communicate with you, our players, more often, offer a higher level of transparency, discuss sort of updates and the progress on a lot of the features.
Okay, so the
and
one in
initiatives we're
August is going to be a
announcing and
full
talking about
license,
throughout this stream today.
and in November's is just going to be
We plan
the
on
killer.
doing that by
Okay.
doing live streams more consistently to celebrate, new chapter releases, large key beats, and generally just being in contact with you, our community, consistently throughout the year. One of those topics is very likely to be our next pillar, which is live balance, a topic that's very dear to us. It's something I spend a lot of time thinking about and worrying about, and something that I won't go too deep into today, because we will be talking about our live balance plans in a little bit, right?
Yeah, we'll have
Okay,
that and Jeff
well,
coming up in a future segment.
hopefully we'll hear
and
about
talk
the
what type
anti-camping
of projects we
mechanic.
have planned for the coming months on that specifically.
Awesome.
Very excited, very important for us, and we know how dear to the community's heart this also is. A pretty hot topic in general, I would say. Last but not least, quality of life is a staple pillar on which we have continuously worked throughout the years, and this is all about the UI and feature improvements we make to the game as a more general type of thing. One improvement we did last year was the Survivor HUD, which facilitates exchange and communication between players, even if they're not talking with each other directly, to make sure you can always make a better
gonna have
decision
comms,
as a
I bet.
survivor when you're playing the game, because
I
you
hope
know what's
not.
happening a little bit more than you used to in the past. In addition to that, you've talked about the improvements we made to the progression and made it faster to level up, but we made it even faster by allowing you to just spend a ton of blood points almost instantaneously and just get it done and get it through with with upgrading your characters and leveling up much faster in the blood web.
It feels great.
It does. And finally, the map repeat prevention feature, which was released a few months ago, which, again, another addition. There's a lot of maps into the game. Some of you might have felt like even if you're playing for just an hour, you're often tapping like 2 or 3 times into the same map and such, and this is really preventing that from happening as much as possible.
It
So a very
depends.
cool addition.
That's kind of
We're not going to
situational
go
if
too
I
much
like
in
that or
detail
not.
today, or at least in this specific segment, to talk more about quality of life features, but we'll have 2 new faces, Rafael and Pamela, who are going to be coming up in a future panel and talk to you about some of the projects we have planned and even show you a few features that we have under works right now and that are going to be coming up in your hands fairly shortly.
Excellent. There's a lot we look forward to sharing with you in this stream today. And we thank you again for an amazing 7 years celebrating Dead by Daylight with us. And we look forward to many more. Next up is our friend Dave Richard to give you a first look at our next upcoming Dead by Daylight chapter.
Okay.
Enjoy.
So enough of company talk.
Hey,
Let's get to
I'm
it.
Dave Richard, Creative Director of Dead by Daylight. I'm super happy to be with you today to celebrate our 7th anniversary and to show you a first look at our latest chapter and transmission. Let's take a look at the trailer.
We've seen this, but
it wasn't programmed to harm the crew. It was supposed to help us build a safer home, but something happened. It became self-aware. It has no empathy. It doesn't feel pain. It learns at an impossible rate, and it won't stop until we are dead. Or worse.
I actually think the new killer. I think they both look really cool, honestly. This is me, though.
As you just saw in the trailer, this original chapter brings us into a completely new genre of horror for Dead by Daylight. We are going to explore sci-fi horror.
Cute.
This will bring us to a distant, unknown planet, and will feature characters from a possible future. Traditionally, I would be taking some time with you today to go over the characters and the map of the chapter, but this year we're doing things a little bit differently, with a behind-the-scene video.
Oh, okay.
We One, to show you the process of creating a chapter, but also show you new faces that you might not have seen before, of amazing people that are working hard to make these chapters possible.
Man, so they're gonna make this longer. Just give us the info. Oh. Gameplay not final, but...
We've prepared a very special original chapter.
On a de la chance sur Dead by Daylight d'avoir un lore qui permet beaucoup de flexibilité et de possibilités.
This is a big deal for the Dead by Daylight universe, because we're going to explore a new genre in horror. We're going sci-fi.
That is pretty neat though, I like it.
I think that any kind of subject and genre can be rewrapped and reimagined as horror, and sci-fi is definitely not an exception. There are three big themes that we wanted to explore in that new realm. First of all, it's clearly an alien world. We wanted you to feel like you are far from home, that you are lost in space. The second one is that we wanted to make sure that the human technology looked weak, lo-fi, so that you never feel safe within these constructions that they've brought on the settlement. The last thing we've added to the mix are traces of a long-lost alien civilization.
Donc, comme vous pouvez imaginer, toute l'équipe a été très excitée de travailler sur un chapitre pareil de science-fiction. Le gros challenge et en même temps l'intéressant défi qu'on a eu, ça a été d'amener toute cette consistance, cette relation entre les personnages, l'environnement. Tout a été pensé visuellement pour que le joueur se sente en danger constant.
Aesthetically, they got it again.
La présence de ce tueur, qui est une intelligence artificielle, qui se nourrit de l'environnement et qui est intéressé par récupérer plusieurs ressources pour se construire un corps parfait pour devenir l'arme ultime.
Okay, the map, alright.
Les joueurs vont explorer une jungle hostile et sauvage d'un autre monde. Tout est designé dans cette jungle pour pouvoir tuer.
One aspect I really enjoyed was that it was a jungle, so we could make it super dense, super threatening in the organic design and the design of the plants. Everything kind of looks like it could kill you. We tried to have like very creepy looking texture, very organic.
I hope it'll be a good map. It looks cool.
Into the designs of the plants and the vegetation in general. The main building, the idea was to show that was a safe space for the characters. As you can see, it's on stilts. It's elevated compared to the map. The idea was to show that the map is very dangerous and this place should be safe for you. But
it
the
ain't.
interesting idea we had is that once you get into the structure, it's actually more dangerous or looks more threatening to you.
Okay, the killer,
The
alright.
Singularity is an AI that is supposed to help the human crew settle on this new planet. But while it was scouting, it got in touch with a piece of old alien technology and was enlightened. And now it wants to overthrow and kill all humans. So this killer is an interesting take on the cyborg. We're used to see organic character using pieces of machinery to become more powerful. But the Singularity is doing it in reverse. It is a simple piece of technology using a cloning technology to get organic material and flesh to become more powerful.
Huh.
Well, the inspiration of the killer design was, we always wanted to do a sci-fi killer, so you're going to be able to go around the map and set up these biopods, spread your consciousness inside of these biopods, and then if you're able to catch a survivor inside of your reticle, you'll be able to infect them, appear next to them, and then you'll be able to attack them and keep the chase going. One of the important things for survivors is teamwork, trusting each other, working together. So with this killer, one of its abilities in the slipstream is that once a survivor is tagged or infected, you can spread that influence to other survivors, and it does so automatically, so survivors will be less likely to work together, and there'll be more discord between them.
Huh. That's interesting.
La présence humaine est visible dans la map. On voit une compagnie qui a essayé de coloniser, de trouver sa place dans ce monde, mais plusieurs signes dans l'environnement que les joueurs découvriront montrent que tout s'est pas très bien passé. Et le dernier survivant de cette expédition loupée, c'est Gabriel.
Our survivor, Gabriel Soma, is quite resourceful. He's able to troubleshoot some pesky issues on the survivor side, and he's able to adapt very quickly to be able to bring the killer away from the other survivors. He's able to protect the others.
So even though we are in a setting that's so far from home, in the future, we wanted to make sure that Gabriel was a grounded character, that any of us could recognize ourselves in him.
I'm super excited for players to try this map. I think it's great that sci-fi is finally in DVD. I think it's going to be fun for them to experience the creepiness and the...
I hope the map will be big.
And I think they're going to really enjoy it.
C'était un sacré défi. J'espère que les joueurs apprécieront cette relation qui est entre tous nos assets, d'environnement, de personnages, à cause de l'histoire que l'on raconte.
I wonder how far in the future we're going to base the chapter in.
Par toute notre équipe pour apporter l'expérience la plus immersive et dangereuse possible.
Is that its Mori?
I'm really excited for all of our players, survivors, and killers alike to be able to experience our first original sci-fi chapter and transmission.
I thought that was part of the Mori they were showing.
You'll be able to play with the content of this chapter during the PTB right after this broadcast. For everyone else, the chapter becomes available on June 13th. Before I leave, I want to take some time and thank all of you, veterans and newcomers alike, to play Dead by Daylight and to be part of this incredible journey with us.
So Tuesday we're going to have the PTB. Yeah!
Anniversary. May the year be filled with fun and surprises. Next up, we have Natalie and Jeff to talk about some gameplay improvement coming this year.
All right. Hopefully we'll get some good gameplay improvements.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie, Team Lead Community Manager for Dead by Daylight, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff and I'm a game designer on Dead by Daylight.
Thank you so much for joining me, Jeff. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about a topic that is always top of mind for our community, gameplay. So we have some quick updates for you today. Jeff, let us know what they are.
Well, as you know, the game design team has many features and updates planned for this year. However, we'll be focusing on 3 specific topics today.
Ooh, get right to it.
Continued gameplay updates,
map balance,
and plans to address face camping in Dead by Daylight.
I'm excited to dive into these quick updates, so without further ado, let's jump right in. I know last year we launched one of the biggest perk updates in Dead by Daylight ever, and it significantly shifted the Dead by Daylight perk meta as a whole. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. That's happened in the past. What we're going to be focusing on a little bit more is the process that we're looking to take consistently moving forward as a community and design team when it comes to these gameplay updates. So, Jeff, what more can you share with us on that?
Well, as you said, last year we launched our biggest perk update ever in Dead by Daylight, and it had a significant impact on the perk meta. We saw a lot of perks fall out of the meta and new perks rise to the top. And this was completely natural. Like, the players are the ones that drove this change after the changes went live. And it was super interesting to see, by the way. But
they're reworking more to
this year, we're not planning to have a major shakeup like we did last year. Instead, we've revisited our live design process to allow us to make changes at a faster rate. Instead, we'll be focusing on smaller, more focused balance updates with each update this year.
That makes a lot of sense, and of course, it's one of the reasons why we listen so closely to player feedback as a whole. But it does sound like we're going to be able to integrate some of that feedback that we're bringing back to your team, and we're discussing when it comes to these kinds of updates a little bit faster than before. Am I right?
Absolutely, and I think the best example for that is the previous PTB that we had. We had a proposed list of changes that went onto the PTB. The community gave a lot of feedback, and your team reported that to us, and we made some small adjustments. Well, we made quite a few adjustments to it, and it went live, and I think that everyone was pretty happy with the result. So our intention with this change
basic and unbreakable. It just has to happen.
Give us the flexibility to analyze, adjust, and observe the outcome more frequently. That way, similar to what happened with the previous PTB, if a change doesn't go as we envisioned, we can readjust it before it goes live, and even after it goes live, right? Like, we're still listening for feedback, and we'll make further adjustments if needed.
Exactly. It's this ongoing process that never really ends, so I think that's something really important to highlight. But of course, we know that this doesn't only apply to things like perks and add-ons. We also are aware of some of the comments you folks are leaving about maps. So we're very happy to announce that moving forward, we plan on having map balancing as part of these regular gameplay updates as well.
That's
what more do you have to say
unfortunate.
on that, Jeff?
First, I mean, I can already hear the players rejoicing from really far away because this has been a hot topic for a very long time in Dead by Daylight. And I think you'll agree, and the players probably agree too that most maps in Dead by Daylight are seen as either killer-sided or survivor-sided. And our goal with integrating into the live design process is really to make them feel more balanced, so creating a more even playing field for both sides. We started this process with the Raccoon City Police Department, then we followed suit with the Area of Crows map, and finally, the most recent ones were Blood Lodge and Gas Heaven. And what's great about these changes is that they can be as small as moving a small location for totems or generators, to reviewing pallet safety so we can make a pallet more safe or less safe, to bigger things like changing the map layout or changing building layouts.
Yeah,
guess we'll see
exciting.
when the
I
new
know
map
our
comes
team's
out.
already coming through a lot of the feedback. Your team's already looking at how we can integrate some of that feedback. But looking toward the future a little bit more, what kind of maps are we going to be targeting next? I think I know what it might be.
We need a drum roll over here.
Oh no.
Because this one is a big one, and I'm sure that the longtime players will be ecstatic to hear that the next two maps that we're targeting are some of the most notorious maps in Dead by Daylight. I'm talking about two Coldwind Farm maps, Sacred Cowshed and Rancid Abattoir. But what's important to remember is that integrating this into the live design process means that we'll be listening to feedback and making further adjustments as we go.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also one of the reasons why it's so crucial that you let us know what your feedback is regularly through the official channels in particular. Of course, I believe we're going to be having this update for Coldwind going live sometime before the end of the summer. So make sure to keep your eyes and your ears peeled for more information. You know I had to sneak in a corny pun. You know it.
You had to.
All right, finally, in terms of our quick updates, we have one more feature that we wanted to discuss.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
And that is something to do with
yes,
face camping.
We need this.
So if you're new to Dead by Daylight, if you've never heard this term before, face camping is basically a term used to describe a killer that's standing directly in front of a hooked survivor. They're not moving, they're waiting for that hooked survivor to die on hook, and this is usually happening either for a large portion of the match, if not the entirety of the match. We know that face camping can be very unfun for the person on the hook, but of course also the other people in the match. So we're looking to test out a new feature that's going to help combat face camping as a whole.
Okay, what are they going to do?
Tell us how it works.
Yeah,
well, the first thing I want to say is that as an altruistic survivor, it's really difficult for me to play against someone who's face camping because I just want to help and I can't. So I'm stuck, doing generators instead, which is fine, but I'd rather help my teammates. But yes, so the way the system works is that the hooked survivor has a meter on their screen, and it fills up based on the killer's distance to the hooked survivor. So the closer the killer is, the faster it fills up. The further they are, the slower it fills up until it doesn't fill up at all because they're not within a certain radius. And once it's full, the hooked survivor can unhook themselves even in the second stage. And what's great about this is that they get the full benefits of being unhooked. So it's as though a teammate had unhooked them, or they unhook themselves with
that is awesome.
Deliverance. So for those of you who don't know, that means they'll get the haste status effect and the endurance status effect, so they're pretty safe at that stage.
That is so awesome to hear. I know folks at home are probably already thinking about a bunch of things on this topic.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to start by bringing probably one of the questions we're going to get, and that's what happens if the killer is forced to stay by the hook? So there's like multiple survivors swarming the hook, they're forced to stay in that radius. Is there any situation in which this feature might slow down or turn off or be otherwise affected?
That's a great question, and yes, there are some scenarios where it either slows down or turns off. So for the first one that you mentioned, where survivors are swarming the hook, as soon as there is one other survivor within that same radius, the meter will build up a lot more slowly. So the killer doesn't have to worry about survivors swarming the hook and being penalized for it. As for the second option that we talked about, which was turning it off, once the exit gates are powered, the feature is completely turned off. So you can defend your only objective, again, without having to worry about the survivor unhooking themselves.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course, we're going to be so eager to hear what you folks are going to say on this matter. And for the most part, it really does sound like this feature is targeting those most egregious cases of face camping, where it's really used kind of in a spot that's way too early in the game, or in a spot that's really not going to
that's really nice. I like
sure
that.
The match is as fun as possible. So with that said, though, when can folks expect to get their hands on this feature? When can they let us know what their thoughts are?
The burning question. Everyone wants to know. So our plan, which is subject to change, of course, is to have it sometime later this year on a PTB. And as with all PTBs, we'll be listening to feedback and making further adjustments before it goes live. And even once it goes live, we'll still be listening and gathering feedback to make further adjustments, just to make sure that, it's as good as it can be.
Of course, yeah. And again, TLDR, we are eager to hear those thoughts.
That is a very good change.
Channels as much as possible. We are always keeping an eye out.
I really appreciate that.
That's a wrap for our quick gameplay updates segment. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for joining me, Jeff, again.
Thanks for having me.
It was a lot of fun. If you're interested in learning more about this, please head on over to deadbydaylight.com after the broadcast, where there's going to be an in-depth article looking at all 3 of these topics in a little more detail. Outside of that, of course, more gameplay updates are coming this year, so stay tuned to our official channels to hear more news on that. Finally, our next segment is going to feature Raph and Pamela. They're going to be talking a little bit more about some highly anticipated quality of life improvements that you can expect to see in the game soon. So you want to stick around.
Okay.
You do not want to miss this.
We'll see you.
Well, they need to hurry it up.
All right, it's time. Finally, I've been holding this in for too long.
Okay.
I can finally tell you all about our next survivor. Oh. All right, then.
Let's go.
Hi everyone, glad to be here to celebrate Dead by Daylight's 7th anniversary. My name is Raphael, producer on DBD.
Did they really build this up and we already know what it is?
Hi Raph. Hi everyone. My name is Pamela. I'm the lead UI designer on Dead by Daylight as well. And we're so happy to be here today because we want to share with you some of the great quality of life improvements that the team is working really hard for year 8.
So before we dive into the good stuff, today our goal is to give you an idea on when we plan to deliver those upcoming features.
He kind of key too.
You know it is, sometimes priorities and timelines can shift, but we're more dev-focused live stream than ever planned for this year. We'll make sure to keep you in the loop. All right, let's get to it. So Pam, to start, I think you have something that the community has been asking a lot.
Okay, what is it?
So we all know Dead by Daylight has been live for 7 years now. And if you have been playing the game since the start, there's no way your inventory isn't full of perks, outfits, and charms, and add-ons and items. Because we did release a lot of content back in the time. But last year, we did introduce the feature called Loadout Presets, which means that you were able to manage this process a little bit easier. But
isn't there a search feature?
To say that we are building on this feature even more, because we are adding finally the loadout search bar to help you find quickly whatever you're looking for.
That's good.
On the loadout search, you're just gonna need to type in either the name of the thing you're looking for or just a word within the description, and it will find for you instantly.
Oh, that's good.
So let's say I'm looking for the perks affecting generators. I just type in generator, and voila, all the related perks will be displayed.
Exactly.
Oh, I can see how it's going to be a huge help for our players.
Yes, and not just that. We're happy to say that this feature is also going to be available in all platforms.
Oh, that's
and
good.
You won't have to wait for it longer either to test it, because this feature is going to be available today.
I mean, unfortunately for
PTB
console.
Update that we're going to be releasing right after this broadcast.
Oh, so it's
Amazing.
in the PTB.
Really
okay, cool.
Enjoy.
Yes.
I don't really use
So,
it. I
as
wouldn't
we're
really use it.
talking
I
about
might, but
improvements in the player experience, Raph, I know you have something really interesting for us today.
Yeah, we got a lot of requests on this feature.
Okay.
All DBD players know that sometimes when a survivor disconnects, well, it put the rest of the group at huge disadvantage. And it's safe to say that at this point, it's not going to be an ideal experience. So that's why with our upcoming feature, once a survivor will disconnect, an AI bot will take over so that the game can continue. And who knows, maybe this bot will be even better than the player who just disconnected. So joking aside, we really hope this will alleviate frustration and help matches to run more smoothly.
Yes, and also to make sure that no one is left in the dark, what we're going to do is, as soon as a bot spawns in, every survivor and every killer on the game, they're going to be made aware through the UI, as well as a sound cue, whenever they see there is a survivor disconnect bot in the match they're playing.
And right now, we plan to release the feature this summer.
Yeah.
So for the next feature, if you're playing online game, I'm pretty sure you're gonna recognize what Pam is about to mention.
Yes, this is something that we are super excited because the team is really working hard in trying to come up with an entirely new type of cosmetics, so you'll be able to showcase your personality on Dead by Daylight even more. So what we're talking about here is the player cards. And what means for us on Dead by Daylight is, alongside your name, you're probably gonna be able to assign a background or a banner and an icon. And you will be able to earn those cosmetics during the fall. This is where we're planning.
Oh, I missed, what was it?
The idea
Oh,
is they're gonna
no.
start as standard rewards in every tome, and we're still gonna be working on other ways for you to earn those cosmetics in the future. So we're not stopping there.
That's awesome. Can't wait to share my custom icons and banners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, neat.
One last thing, Raph, I know you have something that ties everything that we're talking about here related to improvements.
Yeah, as we said today,
I'm sorry, I was not paying attention, guys.
On making DBD a safer, but also a more secure environment for all players. And the report system is an integral part of that. Right now, how it works, at the end of the game, if a player wants to report people because of bad conduct, hacking, or other reason, they can. But let's be honest, there is not much visibility on that process.
Okay.
But it's important to say that our team has always been committed to taking action.
Now, I gotta admit, they lying here. Wait, did the stream freeze?
Soon, thanks to our upcoming feature, the player report feedback, we will let you know when an action has been taken against a player you reported.
And also to highlight even more, not only every report that every player does is really appreciated, but we are really taking serious and having those actions done on our side.
Yeah, and as for now, we plan to release the feature over the summer. And that's it for today. Thanks for another amazing year. Thank you so much, Pam, for being with us today.
Thank you, Raph.
Next up, an exciting look at what lies ahead for the world of Dead by Daylight. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Ciao.
Ciao.
Oh, okay. Now they're getting into the comics stuff. So we'll probably get like the spin-offs right afterwards. Alright. That's coming in July. Isn't one already out? Okay. They were quick with that at least. That's good. Oh. Okay, what are they? Why are they focusing on mobile? Oh my god, nobody cares about mobile though.
Hi, I'm Stephen Mulrooney, Executive Vice President of Digital at Behavior Interactive. As someone who's been on Dead by Daylight since the very beginning, it's been amazing to see the ways both the game and its community have grown. We've added a lot to DBD over the past 7 years, with a mobile game, comic books, a board game, Hooked on You, and even the Dead by Daylight movie on the way. We've become a franchise with something for everyone. Today, I'm happy to announce that we're gearing up to get even bigger, expanding Dead by Daylight beyond our core game and giving players more.
So now, yeah, they are announcing the
spin-offs. To bring these experiences to life, we're collaborating with some amazing studios. One with expertise in multiplayer games, and another with expertise in interactive narratives. So with that, let's hear a little bit more about what they've been up to.
So this already got leaked.
All horror fans here at Supermassive and massive fans of Dead by Daylight. Now we're thrilled to be collaborating with Behavior on a brand new single-player interactive story game set in the terrifying omniverse of Dead by Daylight.
We've been working hard to blend the tension, agency, and branching storytelling of a supermassive game together with Dead by Daylight's mythology to create an intense narrative experience filled with powerful life or death choices. Our game will be set outside the entity's realm and feature the story of a new cast of characters who players will follow for an unprecedented experience beyond the fog.
This is a whole new
they're not going to show us any of it, though?
Daylight, and we couldn't be more excited to share it with the world. So stay tuned. We'll have more to reveal later this year.
It's been almost a year since Midwinter joined the Behavior family to work on a brand new project set in the Dead by Daylight universe. One of the things we love most about the world of Dead by Daylight is the infinite possibilities. We thought about the game's multiplayer action, which we love, and reimagined it in a completely new way.
The themes in our game will center around greed and the lust for power. These will be present in both the gameplay itself and in the stories of the characters who were tempted to enter a strange new corner of the entity.
I mean, that's interesting.
Our vision is to create a multiplayer PvE experience where instead of facing off against each other, up to 4 players can team up, enter another one of the entity's realms, and take on a host of deadly enemies that occupy it.
This project is still in very early stages. We are really excited about what we're doing and can't wait to share more as we go.
Stay tuned for more.
Okay.
7 years in, and the world of Dead by Daylight has never felt bigger. I'm so excited that
So they didn't show any gameplay of it. That's unfortunate.
There's still a lot of work to do before we'll have more to share.
I was hoping.
But just follow Dead by Daylight, and we'll make sure you're the first to know.
Or it'll get leaked.
Hi everyone, I'm Xavier Etchepart, Art Director.
Hi everyone, I'm Rose Lee, Senior Product Manager.
We're super happy to be back with you today to talk about all the new exciting content coming to the Dead by Daylight store over the next year.
Oh, what is it?
Rose, it's been 7 years already.
Long journey.
Oh, what a long journey, what a beautiful journey, but 7 years old, wow. Dozens of collections, thousands of cosmetics brought to life with passion and dedication by our art departments.
Okay, so it's actually the in-game store.
Along the years, we provided to our players an incredible amount of options when it comes to how to represent themselves in the game.
Some would say too many.
Yes, it's a lot of outfits.
And
more are coming. And today, I think we should share more about it.
Yeah.
What's coming.
Yes, I love cosmetics.
And also, we have...
this is the artist.
...joining us later to discuss about this unique collection we work on together. So, yeah, maybe we should start.
Okay, so Dead by Daylight is a game, as you all know, that's known for its great soundtrack. And we're always on the lookout for opportunities to explore like the music scene in particular in our cosmetics. And we have 2 collections coming in the next year.
Okay, so we know about them then.
Although they've just come together and we don't really have any dates yet, but we really couldn't resist sharing. So here goes. First off, Dead by Daylight is partnering with heavy metal legends Iron Maiden.
Yes!
On a collection built around the iconic Eddie, who, well, let's be honest, he fits
Eddie's badass.
right into our game, right? All of the cosmetics in this collection will be like portraying his many album cover appearances, which are super cool. And secondly, we're thrilled to be partnering with Slipknot on a collection that showcases many of their trademark masks. We'll be making 9 masks in total. paying tribute to some of the band's most iconic members over the years. Well, all for Killers, of course.
Oh, it's all for Killers? Okay.
So yeah, as we said, it's really early for both of these collections, but we'll share more news as we get to work on them. What's next?
Yeah, I think it's a good time to talk about our community, Our community, I mean, since the beginning of Dead by Daylight, they are super important for us, and we were attached.
Can it show us
to
like sketches of the cosmetics, maybe?
Since a while, because like we have fans all around the world who are also really talented and creative artists.
For sure.
And even if it's not the first time we showcase their work in the store, organizing
the competitions,
the competition,
right? We did that before.
Exactly, to appear in game. This year, we would like to take it a step further and unifying our inspirations, passion, guidelines to build something new together.
Wow.
And the result of it is the artist from the Fog collection.
Okay, so we knew this. This did get leaked.
Our
okay.
community to submit their work, and
we got
hundreds,
thousands applications.
Plenty of amazing applications, and we had to select some of them. So I remember we selected 4 winners from Poland, US, Spain, Canada. There is also a 5th contributor, as you know. We'll keep it.
Oh, so we did know this.
But we invited them to select their favorite character. It was important, and we're super lucky because we ended up with a split of 2 survivors and 2 killers. So balance was perfect.
Oh, so we did see these, unfortunately.
We share with them all these things they need to know to work on our outfits, like the technical constraints, the lore,
the mix and match,
etc. Everything they needed before giving them the really precious maximum creative freedom to start their designs. And next, we did this regular follow-up with them, and we achieved beautiful and functional designs, still respecting the artist's intentions, but also our needs. And yeah, we have. It was an incredible collaboration. We have beautiful outfits because I think all this creativity, these ideas, their design, they brought to our game, our fresh approach to it, new eyes. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm super happy with the results. So thanks again.
I know it is. It is.
That collection was great.
That's great to hear.
Yes.
And also we have that 5th artist that we invited ourselves to be a part of the Artists from the Fog collection.
Okay, who?
She's an industry veteran.
Oh yeah, we knew this too.
For her fantastic work on like Okami, Bayonetta, the Evil Within series, and of course Ghostfire Tokyo. We're incredibly excited to have her joining us today to share a little bit about her designs. Welcome, Ikumi Nakamura.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Ikumi Nakamura. Dead by Daylight のコミュニティの皆さん、こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
Welcome, Ikumi-san.
Hi.
It's great having you here today. But before we get into the outfits you created for Dead by Daylight, we wanted to ask you first. Could you share with us what draws you to horror?
Snooze
and,
fest.
Something that you liked growing up, and like what's so unique to you about creating art in this genre?
なるほど。ホラーに惹かれる理由は。私もともとお父さんが小さい頃からホラー映画とかホラーのゲームをたくさん与えられて育てられたので
I want to see what the 7th anniversary event's gonna look like.
わからないんです。なぜかというと自分の体のなんか細胞の中にホラーが染み込んでてホラーがあると絶対見るしホラーの作品
We got this going, guys, but I'm gonna redeem those codes. Okay, you can redeem them now.
掘り下げていくと結局のところ人の死とか
Trapper 7 and DVD 7
描かれていて非常に多様性があるジャンルだなと思って惹かれるんだと思います。
And you're creating 3 outfits for this collection, each featuring a character that really, really resonates with our Japanese fans. Could you share with us what stood out the most about each of them to you?
一人は、キラーの寒山鬼ですね。で、彼は、呪いの、化身の
That's interesting. I like that outfit.
私の住む国の日本の、文化を取り入れた、呪詛の時に着る服をアウトフィットとして寒山流にデザインさせていただきました。で、リジョンのジュリーさんは、彼女は狂気的な学生の気持ちを持っている女の子だと思っているので、それを表すためにそういう私たちの文化であるスクールガールの衣装アウトフィットで彼女に。
DBD 7 gave you 400k blood points. And Trapper 7 gives you Voxel Trapper Charm.
そんな彼女の私生活とか彼女が原宿とか行ったらどんな格好を
するのか
が見たくて、それでデザインをしてみました。
We'd also love to learn more about the whole process and your inspiration for the creation of the design.
キャンドルを頭につけてるんですけど、それはプレイヤーから見たら寒山が来た隠れなきゃって分かるような目印にもなるし、ゲーム的な意味もつけてデザインにしてます。で、もう一人のジョリーさんに関しては、もともと4人で、リージョンじゃんでだから4人デザインしたらいいのかなと思って4人デザインしちゃったら1人でいいですって言われて、分かりましたっつって言ってジョリーさんをデザインさせていただいて、で今80年代とか70年代のポップカルチャーが世界的にも流行しているので、そこの時に生きていた学生さんといえば、ヤンキーとスケバンだと思ってそのアウトフィットを彼らにあげました。はい。で、ユイに関しては、
Okay, I thought it was Yui.
女の子のじゃないですか。だから彼女のなんか本当私生活できるのをすごく見たいって思ったのがまず第一で、次に彼女のいつもはバイカーの衣装を着てるからわからないんですけど、実際彼女が
I'll get it to you.
どれだけキラーから傷つけられてる姿が見れるのかもっと見たかったんで、比較的薄着にして、彼女がキラーから逃げやすいように動きやすいようにしてスポーティーなスタイルを取り入れました。
Well, thanks again for joining us today, Kumi-san. The outfits look really amazing, and we can't wait for fans around the world to enjoy them. So the artist from the Bug Collection, featuring work from Kumi Nakamura, will be available in the Dead by Daylight in-game store this summer.
Oh, one more thing. I have a last announcement.
What?
And it will be
I might have to do it after the stream. I will. It's also on the Discord.
We have our team, our big team, and an important part of this team worked on a game a long time ago named Naughty Bear.
Oh my god.
Naughty Bear.
Oh, we know about this too.
This game featured a bear living in its happy community of bears, but he's going on a murderous rampage after they didn't invite him to a party. I mean, iconic character, super interesting, and we were attached to bring it to the game since a while, and I'm super happy because now we are finally doing it.
Players have been asking for it.
Yeah, I know, and it's coming soon this year. This year is coming.
What killer is it?
We will attach cosmetic. It will be part of the Trapper cosmetics, and we will give him a right.
Yeah, I sent you a DM there too.
For players to see him.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed all these announcements, all the upcoming outfits coming this year. And thank you again, Ikumi Nakamura.
They weren't working earlier because of server issues or something when they announced them. But they are now. I just redeemed them before this section.
Coming up next to talk about the in-game celebrations for the 7th anniversary. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so we're kind of getting close to the end.
All right, this time for real. Okay.
Cut! Matt.
Seriously?
We've talked about this.
No, but
what's so hard? We've been doing this for 5 years together.
But I can do it right now. It's like 2 minutes.
Wait
Seriously.
For your cue.
No, but...
Oh my. So we got the 7th anniversary event stuff,
Hey
and
there,
then
I'm Sarah Robinson. I'm one
Nicolas
of the
Cage
associate art
shit.
directors on Dead by Daylight. I help out with a number of areas of the game, but events are definitely one of my favorites.
And I'm Gene Escalante, a senior game designer on Dead by Daylight, and I'm focused on the events. And I'm so glad that I get to be here with Sarah, as 7 years ago, when I first became a fan of DVD, she helped me get my very first tattoo, which was altruism, just 2 months after the game's release. Thank you.
No problem, happy. Okay, so Gene, there's lots to celebrate this year. And we're kicking things off early this year with a month of in-game activations leading up to the anniversary event. So tell us more about these activations.
Exactly. So each week we will be celebrating a different 2-year period of Dead by Daylight's history.
Okay.
So that'll include characters, maps, and mechanics that were introduced during those periods. So for example, week 1 will be featuring the Blood Hunts. Week 2 will then be doubling the Rift fragments for your Rift Pass. And in week 3, we will be inviting you, the players, to vote for a community choice event, which will occur during the Chapter 28 release. And once the anniversary event goes live, we'll be doing giveaways for previous anniversary cosmetics, including outfits and the Year 5 crowns.
Twisted Masquerade was a huge hit last year. And this year, we're bringing it back bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
But the host of the Twisted Masquerade has actually stepped out of the shadows this year and has lent their certain special kind of decorating skills to our in-game event. What can players expect to see?
Well, the host has introduced a lot of various artworks throughout various areas of the game, so you'll definitely want to check those out. And yeah, Father Campbell's Chapel has gone through a complete masquerade makeover, and it looks incredible.
Interesting.
But this host seems to have brought along some mysterious masked figures. What are these like weird ghostly spirits? Who or what are they? If you want to find out, you're going to have to take a closer look.
Speaking of masked figures, we're bringing back Masquerade Mask this year. We have 12 new masks for 12 new characters. But
Jonah?
getting your hands on them last year was a little tricky.
Yes.
For others, you had to make it through your trial. And for survivors, you had to actually make it through the exit gate. So how have we improved things for this year?
Well, the invitations that came out last year, Sarah, they'll be back. But this time, invitations will be holding charges, and you'll use those charges to kind of mess with the opposition while you're in chase. So if you're a survivor, what you'll be able to do is block the window vaults so the killer can't pursue you, and you'll also be able to spawn a pallet, which can be used in an emergency, but it'll break right upon use.
Oh, well.
Killers, on the other hand, they'll be able to reduce the impact of a stun, remotely break a pallet or a breakable wall, and survivors better watch out about this one, they will be able to inflict the exposed status effect on you once they've reached a tier of bloodlust.
Really? That's
but in order
annoying.
To get your cosmetic, you will need to make sure that you are holding on to at least one charge by the time that an exit opens, and that's either the exit gate or the hatch. So our players are going to have to decide what is ultimately more important to them, exhausting the charge to help them in a time of need, or getting that brand new mask.
Oh, it's such a tough choice. But I love the players have a mechanic now where they can gain these masks without having to escape the trial.
That is good.
Beyond the mask, we have a number of excellent unlockable cosmetics as part of the Twisted Masquerade event.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit. I
two
couldn't.
brand new outfits. Last
see
year,
'em.
our guests of honor were Hattie and the Dredge as part of our Roots of Dread chapter. But this year, we're highlighting two fan favorites, Nia and the Hillbilly.
Really?
We also have
It
a
always
number
looks
of
nice.
playfully chaotic charms for you to collect. It's worth noting, though, that all of last year's cosmetics, masks, outfits are going to be available in the store. So
That's cool.
if you missed out on anything, now's your chance to go collect them.
Exactly, and keeping track of their collections is going to be much easier this year. So the event pop-up now is multi-tabbed. So you'll be able to find a collection tab and a store
Neat.
tab.
That's
In the
good.
collection tab, you'll find anything that can be earned through event gameplay or through the event tome. And in the store tab, you'll be able to find anything that we want to feature that is event related. And in there, you'll be able to find the Feng Min and the Ghostface outfits, which are brand new Twisted Masquerade outfits. So be sure to check those out.
Oh, cool.
We've got one more thing coming as part of the anniversary event, don't we, Gene?
What is it?
This year, we're debuting a new kind of challenge condition.
No.
Random perks. This is exactly what it sounds like. You roll the proverbial dice, and your loadout is equipped with those random perks. So this is a condition you might see on challenges that ask you to heal a survivor or down a survivor, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, we're bringing back community challenges.
Okay, I figured
This
they'd
is
do
a great
this.
time for the whole community to get together, to work together and unlock additional rewards.
Exactly, Sarah. And we will be there, ready to support you guys through those community challenges. So make sure to stay tuned and don't forget that the road to anniversary content starts today.
Okay, so the last thing, right?
That is a wrap on the 7th anniversary show for Dead by Daylight and another year of content reveals. Thank you so much for joining us and spending your day with us here. It's been as exciting as I hoped it would be. I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget that the PTB for End transmission is live right now.
That's hilarious.
So if you're on PC, you can jump over and start testing out things that were just revealed in the show today.
It's not live. It's next Tuesday
thanks once again
when the
to our dev
PTB
team
goes.
back in the
Eric,
studio.
wait.
Thanks. Oh, right.
I have one last thing, seriously, before we finish. I know we had some great reveals today, but I have one last thing that I'm super thrilled to talk about. We are welcoming into the fog this year someone, I mean, it's a brand new survivor, like we've never done before.
Okay, so we
He's
knew
an
it was a
amazing
survivor.
actor with a career that spans decades. He's done everything, all the greatest movies.
They
you've
really
ever
built
seen.
up to this.
He's been in the horror
We already
world for a
know
while,
it.
with cult classics to cosmic horror. He will be joining the fog this summer.
July, we knew.
We are so excited to have him with us.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. It can shape the fabric of reality, transforming everything you may think you know.
That is a little hilarious, not gonna lie. I can't believe that's still real. Learn more on July 5th. Okay. Well. So I wonder if that'll be the PTB date for him. Alright, okay, that was it. Neat. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. That was a little bit longer for the actual presentation for the 7th anniversary than I was thinking. But, hey, that's it. I'll probably upload this, at least this section to YouTube tomorrow or something, since I'm not streaming tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get him Prestige 100 after Vittorio. 100%. I'm hoping to have him Vittorio done before he comes out. So the anniversary event's actually gonna help a lot with that. With all the cakes and stuff. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get off, go eat, do all that. But thank you all for stopping in and sticking with me for almost a 5-hour stream. I remember when those used to be common. But I'll see y'all soon. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for the views, the comments, and the follows. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.